I graduated high school with a 1.9 GPA on probation for bad behavior. I failed the first grade because I could not read. I was later diagnosed with dyslexia, a learning challenge. My parents, my biggest fans next to my wife, my father was an LAPD officer and my mother was a waitress. They did not have the financial means to do anything with my learning challenge, so I was just kind of passed through the system. After barely getting out of high school, I went to a local community college, Pierce, where I failed several classes. The very first class I failed at Pierce was public speaking, which is what you're all signed up to take right now. After a failed attempt at Pierce, I went to College of the Canyons, where I proceeded to fail more courses. After I was told I was no longer welcome at College of the Canyons, I went to Valley College, my third attempt at community college, where I continued to fail more courses, among them another speech class, a business class, a theater class, and a broadcasting class. After being told I was no longer welcome at Valley College, I decided I was going to become a car salesman. For 6 months, I sold Jeeps at Glendale Jeep Eagle. That was the greatest education of my life regarding communication. If you want people to spend their money, you have to communicate properly. However, at the age of 21, I did not have the self-discipline or desire to work 60 to 80 hours a week for commission only. I wanted to party and pursue relationships I probably should not be pursuing. So I quit the car lot. I was at home, sitting on the couch. I was living with my parents at the time, when my father, 6'5" LAPD sergeant, came home on his lunch break. As he would always do, he'd park the police car in front of the house, and he would walk in, and my mom would have lunch waiting for him. He walked in and saw me sitting on the couch watching TV, and he said to me, "What are you doing?" And I said, "I'm watching TV." Well, he said, "I could see that." And he got really angry. He said, "Why aren't you at work?" And I said, "Oh, I quit the car lot." He said, "Let me get this straight. You quit the car lot, and you're not going to school. You don't have a job, and you're 21. And I said, "Oh, I'll figure something out." My father responded very sternly by saying, "Quickly, you'll figure something out. Your mother and I were talking the other day. If you don't do something with your life, you need to get out of our house. We're tired of supporting you and you doing nothing." I thought, oh my goodness, Dad means business. I better figure something out. I started evaluating my situation. I grew up in a nice home. You know, my parents drove decent cars. We vacationed twice a year. We weren't rich, but we were well off. My parents had managed their money properly, you know. Basic economics, small amounts of money, and I do mean small, managed over a long period of time, you build a solid foundation. My parents had done that, so I thought, wow, if it's good enough for my dad, it's good enough for me. I'll just become a cop. So I said, "Hey, Dad, you know what? I'm thinking about being a police officer." My dad was so proud. He immediately arranged for me to go to the Van Nuys police station and take the LAPD exam. We had to be there at 6 o'clock. The testing went from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. I can remember it. It was a hot August Wednesday night. Of course, we got there early so my dad could walk around the police station and introduce me to all of his friends. You know, his chin was up, his chest was puffed. He was so excited his son was going to put on the badge, you know, so he thought. 3 hours later, actually 4 because we were there early, 9 p.m. we were walking out. And to my dad's credit, his chin was still just as high, but my head was hanging low. I had failed the written exam for the LAPD. A monkey can pass that test. And I could say that because apparently at this point in my life, not apparently, the fact was I was well below a monkey. And to make things even more embarrassing, it was one of my father's closest friends administering the test. I was severely humbled. This was a dark moment in my life. You know, I was fortunate in high school to be one of the cool kids, but unfortunately, cool means nothing in the real world. I'm now 21 and doing nothing with my life. I'm blessed with very good friends, and at this point, my friends are doing things. You know, starting businesses, getting married, having kids, buying homes, medical school, law school, you know, adult things, and I'm failing the written exam for the LAPD and watching TV. I was severely humbled. Around Valley College. It said that if I came back and at least got C's, I could come back as a probationary level student. Well, having nothing going on in life and always being told my entire life that you have to go to school if you're going to make anything of yourself, I decided to try college a fourth time. So, summer of 1991, I tried community college a fourth time. I signed up here at Valley College. And like all flaky students, number one right here, I'd missed my registration date, so I had to crash a class. So I got to campus and I went to a wall where they had all the classes posted that still had openings. And it was as if God was speaking to me. The very first class that I saw had an opening was public speaking, COM 101. And I just spoke with a counselor who said if I ever wanted to go to the university, I needed to make up all my F's. Having no plan, I figured I should start making up my F's. And public speaking was the very first F that I had acquired in community college. So that's what I decided to do, sign up for public speaking with a wonderful woman named Betty Ballou. Long story short, this woman would not only give me allow me to earn my very first A in anything academic, she would encourage me to join the public speaking team at Los Angeles Valley College. At that moment, speech became my life. Now, I don't know how many years later, you do the math. I am a full-time speech professor. I have a business that allows me the privilege of helping coach people write and direct speeches, and a life that has been empowered by speech. I love speech, and if I can do it, anybody can. A little advice for this class, 3 things in particular, and you will have no problem in this class. 1, put forth effort. It's all about effort. 2, follow simple direction. 3, and manage your time. And I'll add a 4th. Reach out to me if you need any help through the inbox or come see me during my office hours. Mondays in H108 from 9:30 to 11:30. And if you come to my office and I'm not there, I'll be in the coffee shop. I'd much rather have office hours in the coffee shop. So either H108, Mondays from 9:30 to 11:30, or in the coffee shop. My name is Dwayne Smith, Professor Dwayne Smith, and please just call me Dwayne. I look forward to learning with you and helping you to the best of my ability.